Okay, welcome to another fantasy happy hour. We got a Thursday one back finally after some COVID scares here and some games being pushed around. And this is a first for the FHH episode 30, I believe. It's our first guest. We got Conor
Cheers, Luke.
Deane from all the way joining us from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, hailing from Whitecourt, Alberta. So his opinion might not be very good, but it can't be worse than mine.
Yeah, in the spirit of COVID, I'm infecting the podcast here.
Perfect. Love to see it. So this Thursday one, we got Patriots Rams. Should be an exciting one to start the Week 14 slate off. Taryn, what are you thinking for this one?
Well, this game could go kind of either defensive or actually be kind of a fun game to watch. Patriots came off that win. They 45-point shutout against the Chargers, against old Air Bear. And then the Rams came out big win against the Cardinals. Their defense played well again. So both these defenses, especially in the secondary, look really, really good. And the Patriots haven't all season, but last game, I guess their defensive performance can be kind of a little bit misguiding because two of the touchdowns on defense were special teams. But this game could go either way. But the Patriots are a run-first team now. They basically lean on Cam to run the ball or one of the 2-3 running backs. And they I think he threw 69 yards last game. So you're going to see just pure running out of the Patriots on first and second down mostly. So if you're going to captain somebody, you probably lean towards Cam Newton. He rushes, I think, 50 to 70% of the goal line work. And they're not even handing the ball to Harris, even though he's been running awesome out of the backfield. So I like both those guys together. The passing game in, I guess, New England, I don't know who you take anymore. They look, your best receiver might go off one game, but he'll be different if he does because Cam just doesn't throw the ball. And then on the other side of the ball, Cam Akers, the running back for the Rams, he didn't practice today, so I don't know his status, but he looks like the new lead running back there in LA. And they do mix in the other two guys, but he took 63% snap share. And he's kind of the best bet against this Patriots defense, who kind of is a little bit worse against the run lately. But if you want to play flex positions, you can play both defenses here. The Rams defense, I think, has had a pick in at least the last 3 or 4. They've put up, I think, 6 to 10 point performances on DraftKings. Both kickers are probably in play if you expect this to go low scoring. And then if you go to the passing game of the Rams, because they do pass a lot, they passed to 9 different guys last week. But Kupp and Woods always get their 8 to 10 targets. And then it looks like Van Jefferson Jr. has taken over Reynolds' role. So Reynolds caught 1 pass, but Van Jefferson seems like he took over. And the rest, I don't really like fading. Fading is kind of the New England passing game. I think if you're going to stack Cam Newton, you just pick a running back and put them together because it doesn't seem like they want to pass the ball at all, especially in the red zone. But let's bring in the guest here. What do you think of the Patriots' new look run first offense?
Yeah, I'm just pretty much going to echo what you were saying there. Cam, to me, he's not a threat. Bird goes off 1 week and then it's Myers, but they don't really have a consistent wide receiver option. But he's still going to put up points. I think if you had to pick between the two quarterbacks, he's a safer option just because he has a higher ceiling. Goff he's liable to give you 6 points and he could give you 20, but Cam could give you 4 points or he could give you 50, right? So you go with Cam there. Akers too. I have him on my personal fantasy team, so he's been taking more of the carries there. I think in terms of receivers, I think Robert Woods is probably the best option here. He's got 11 targets his last 3 weeks. So he's been, it's Kupp and Woods, but I think Woods would probably be the best receiving option right now. And then looking at the tight end crop, I think Gerald Everett would be the guy that I pick, but I don't know. There's just really they're really touchdown dependent. So picking a tight end here is probably a bad choice. But I think if I had to pick a guy, I'd pick Everett.
Yeah, his usage is a lot better than Higbee, although Higbee saw the touchdown, which benefited him more than Everett. But Everett's seeing a bigger target share overall.
Yeah, that's true. They're like 5 catches for 40 yards. And unless you throw the touchdown in there, then it's tough to rely on one of those guys to carry your team.
I'd love if we didn't have Ryan Izzo as our core tight end on the other side, because the one place to target against the Rams is the tight end or the middle of the field. But like, there's no one you like on New England. They just suck.
Yeah, and I
all
mean that would
over.
benefit Cam too. Like I mean, he had Greg Olsen down in Carolina, right? That was one of his main targets, and that's what he's lacking a lot this year in New England is the tight end. But yeah, Izzo is a no.
Okay,
You
so
think
we had Sunday here where the Patriots were your best defense special teams, 31 fantasy points if you took them on DraftKings. Big shutout against the Chargers. Starting with you, Taryn, is that out of the question this week?
Oh, like I said a little bit before, that was a little misguided. You had a punt return and you had a blocked punt for a touchdown. So, you're talking 2-6. Yeah, it's like 16 points of that is to special teams. So are you going to see a special teams performance like that again? Probably not. One thing I do like doing, if you're going to play New England's defense, play that Gunnar Olszewski. He looks like he might get more involved in this offense, and of course he returns kicks. So you get that double benefit. If he scores a touchdown on special teams, you get that double bonus. So each of them getting a touchdown. So that's kind of a little bit of a better play in that receiving core. I actually prefer him over the other two guys, just for that benefit. But.
Perfect. Well, that'll do it for our Thursday night showdown here, Patriots Rams. Big thanks to our first guest, Conor Deane. He'll be this is episode 1 of 3. So if you don't like him in this one, make sure you let him know immediately in the next 2. But yeah, if you're watching this, give us a like or give us a comment. Let us know what you're picking. And if you're feeling really nice, maybe subscribe, because we've been at the same number for 3 weeks now because of some of these episodes. So thank you and peace.